What's up everybody, Storm Ginger here bringing you another video tutorial on the Isle. Today I'll be covering Austroraptor Cabazai. Now let's get started. So here's his F-roar. Now unlike the previous dinosaurs that I covered, this dinosaur has more of a bird sounding noise to it. Here's its broadcast. Very like tropical bird sounding almost. Here's his friendly. Nice. And then here's his aggressive roar. Flares his arms out, roars at you. And then here's his help me roar. Alright, so now here's his walk speed. Austroraptor has a very slow walk speed. For some reason. Here's its trot speed. And here's its sprint speed. Now, Austroraptor is pretty fast in this game. It goes at an average of 27.7 miles per hour in this game, making it one of the faster dinosaurs. Now, Austroraptor was first discovered in 2008 in South America in the Allen Formation in Rio Negro, Argentina. Its Latin name means southern thief, and its specific name, Cabazai, is named after Alberto Cabazai, founder of the Museo Municipal de la Maca. I hope I said that right. It was partially studied in that museum there, and it was named by Fernando Novas. Now, this dinosaur is a dromaeosaurid, or better known as the raptors. It lived in the late Cretaceous period, so it's one of the last of the dinosaurs. Now, it's the second largest raptor in the world, only being smaller than Utah raptor. It grew on an average of 16.4 feet in length, or 5 meters. It's also the largest South American dromaeosaurid. Now, what makes this animal really unique, if I can zoom it in here, it has relatively short forelimbs for a raptor dinosaur. Most raptors generally have long arms that they use to manipulate food. That's not the case with Austroraptor here. Now, there are two other raptor dinosaurs that share this trait, so I don't think this would be a matter of, is this a chimera? Are the other parts that were founded with a raptor belonging to another kind of dinosaur? No, this is what the animal looked like. It has short forelimbs, much like Tyrannosaurus Rex. You see a forearm dwarfism in tyrannosaurs, and they are both from Coelurosauridae, so this kind of thing makes sense. Now, as you can tell, Austroraptor has a relatively long snout, and its teeth are very peculiar. It doesn't have laterally pressed or laterally compressed teeth with serrations on it, like you see in dinosaurs like Deinonychus, or Utah raptor, or Velociraptor. Austroraptor's teeth are more conical. They're more meant for grasping onto prey as opposed to tearing flesh. Scientists believe that this dinosaur might actually be a niche predator, only going after fish or small animals, and using its teeth to sort of grip these animals in its mouth so that it doesn't get away. Now, there's also speculation that this dinosaur, like Spinosaurids, might have been a fish eater. It could be possible, yes. There are also Spinosaurids in South America at the time. I believe it's Oxalia at this point, but I'm not so sure. But Austroraptor may have been a fish hunter. It was most likely a fish hunter, using its long snout using its long snout to um, using its long snout to dip into the water, grab fish, and using its sickle claw, which is a characteristic that all raptors share. It would use that to sort of grip the fish or small animal on the ground, and while the mouth sort of pulls away and gets chunks of flesh out. Now, there's a common misconception that raptor sickle claws are used for slashing. There's no sort of evidence to support that they use their sickle claws like this. On top of that, there's been tests that have been done to show that the claws themselves don't necessarily cut flesh very well. These claws are more meant for stabbing. Stabbing to either cause damage or stabbing in terms of latching onto prey and holding on. Now, due to the size of the forelimbs of Austroraptor, it probably was not pouncing on larger animals. Scientists believe that it also may have been a scavenger, using its incredible size to scare off other smaller dinosaurs, while using its speed to get away from larger carnivores. Alright, so that being said, let's get into the game. So Austroraptor is the second smallest meat-eating dinosaur in the game at this current moment, only being larger than Herrerasaurus. Now, earlier I did say that Austroraptor can run at a speed of 27.7 miles per hour. Its speed is even with the Maiasaurus and Dryosaurus. It has 200 health, and it does about 50 damage per bite. Unlike other meat-eating dinosaurs in this game, which usually have about 1,000 stamina, Austroraptor has 1,400. So, unlike the other carnivores, Austroraptor can run for a much longer period of time. Now, Austroraptor is slower than Carnotaurus. Carnotaurus in the game actually runs at about 29.7 miles per hour. So if you're going to get chased by a Carnotaurus, it will catch up to you, and it will most likely kill you. Carnotaurus is actually one of the dinosaurs you should want to avoid when playing as Austroraptor, due to the fact that it could chase you down and kill you. Other than that, it can outspeed any other meat-eating dinosaur in the game. So in terms of threats, Carnotaurus is probably going to be one of the few dinosaurs you have to watch out for. When Quetzalcoatlus gets added, that might also be a threat you'd want to look out for. As of right now, he's just experimental and only in testing servers or servers that want to allow him. I believe he was taken out of the New York server due to the amount of crashes that happened to the server. Now, dinosaurs you want to go after. Now, Dryosaurus is probably the best dinosaur you can go after. And since it runs at the same speed as you do, you're going to want to sneak up on it. Now, Austroraptor has some pretty good skins that will allow it to blend with its environment. And it's pretty good at sneaking, especially since the grass is long enough to conceal it. Gallimimus is a tricky one. Now, Gallimimus is the fastest land animal in the game as of right now. It runs at an average speed of 35.5 miles per hour. And it has 150 health and will do 25 damage per kick. That's something you're going to watch out for, because Gallimimus could possibly turn around and just run you down and just start kicking you to death. It's a thing. I've seen it before. You might be able to turn tighter than Gallimimus. If so, that's probably your best bet. Now, what makes Austroraptor unique in this game is it's part of the Jack of all trades lineage, where you start off with either Velociraptor or Deinonychus. I do not know which one it is yet. And you go to Austroraptor and then Utah Raptor. Utah Raptor being the strain of the lineage. And the Jack of all trades lineage also gets the Pounce ability, whereas you can jump onto a dinosaur, latch onto it, and start kicking it. Now, Austroraptor's bite in and of itself does not do bleed damage, but its kicks from its pouncing attack does. Now, I know each kick does less damage, but with the trade-off being it gives off bleed damage and it's safe. You won't have to worry about the dinosaur attacking you while you're pounced onto him, unless another dinosaur comes along and gets you off. Now, for larger dinosaurs that you can pounce, now I know for a fact that dinosaurs after Triceratops cannot be pounced. This includes Stegosaurus, Pachycephalosaurus, and Ankylosaurus. And certain other dinosaurs can also not be pounced due to their size. This includes Diabloceratops, Gallimimus, and Dryosaurus. Also, Suchomimus cannot also be pounced, and the Herrerasaurus also cannot get pounced. Puertosaurus can also not get pounced due to its immense size. So, dinosaurs you can handle. Now, in a pack, you might be able to handle a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And this is mainly because, one, you're faster than it, and two, you can pounce on it. So, when you pounce on the Tyrannosaurus Rex, you're then safe, and you can put on as much bleed damage as your stamina allows. Now, do watch out, though. You have to make sure that you have enough stamina so that you can get away after you pounce, because you lose some stamina when you pounce on another creature. Allosaurus also cannot be pounced. That's another dinosaur you're going to want to avoid. You can outrun it. You are faster than it, but it'll one-shot you. As the same with a bunch of other dinosaurs in the cast. Now, Pachycephalosaurus might be an interesting dinosaur to go after while solo. Now, its damage output is about 50 to 100 per headbutt. So you don't want to get hit by this thing. You are faster than it, though, so you can come in, get a bite, and run away. You won't be doing bleed damage to it, though, so keep that in mind. And you also can't pounce a Maiasaura, so Maiasaura is generally a dinosaur you're going to want to avoid. But Shantungosaurus can be pounced, and you are faster than it. So that's the kind of thing that you're going to want to go after as a pack because of its immense amount of health. The same goes for Triceratops. Triceratops is a dinosaur that you can pounce. And I believe it can hold 2 or 3 raptors per pound or on it, while it can hold about 2 to 3 raptors pouncing on it at the same time. Now, Therizinosaurus is another pretty good dinosaur to go after as a pack. Now, I do believe that only one raptor can pounce at a time, and you are faster than it. Therizinosaurus goes at an average about 23.7 miles per hour, but do watch out for its frontal hitboxes with the claws. Plant eaters you generally want to avoid is definitely Stegosaurus and Ankylosaurus. Since you can't pounce on them, it's going to be very difficult to do anything to them, seeing as how much their hitboxes from their tails will cover them. And they have so much health, it's not worth, getting the 50 damage every time with a bite over and over again. I mean, Stegosaurus and Ankylosaurus have about 1650 health, so that's a lot of bites that you're going to be doing. So it's not generally worth your time going after that. And basically, carnivores that you can't pounce, you're generally going to want to avoid. Like Suchomimus, Allosaurus. Now, Herrerasaurus is a interesting one. Herrerasaurus has less health than you, but it does bleed damage with bite. And you can't pounce on Herrerasaurus. But Herrerasaurus also carries 150 health. So generally what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to keep what's it called? How would you handle this? Now, you are faster than Herrerasaurus, so remember that. Use that to your advantage. Now, I feel like Herrerasaurus can turn tighter than you, so you're going to want to do quick passes, pretty much. And get your bites and go. Other than that, that's about it for Austroraptor here. Austroraptor is a very difficult dinosaur to play due to its low health, low damage, and being able and utilizing your pounce. I guess my final thing would say is when you come in as Austroraptor, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start forming packs. Packs are the most effective way to use this dinosaur. And there's also been a common misconception that this dinosaur was going to be replaced by Herrerasaurus. It's simply not true. Austroraptor is going to be in the game. It's going to stay in the game. Herrerasaurus is for a different lineage. It's supposed to be for the Venom tree. So at some point, it should possibly be venomous. I don't know if it's supposed to be venomous or only its final form, Dilophosaurus, is going to be venomous. But yep, that's how that works. Alright, well that's it for today. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the I'll see you on the Isle. And tune in next time. I'll be covering Carnotaurus.